Hey everyone, Sir Jellybean here, and we are back with another PvP, and this time I'm joined by FOFAM. This was just a random match that I joined, and yeah, quite an interesting one. So we're playing as the USSR, Soviets, Russians, cool. Don't actually play as them that much, so it's interesting. I've started to enjoy them more, a bit more than the Americans, because even though the US has mint infantry and some cool armoured support, their doctrines are a bit meh. Like, there's more interesting stuff from the other factions, doctrine-wise. So I'm pushing to the right, Fofan is pushing to the left. He's going south, I'm going north. And this guy was actually really cool. I don't know if you're watching Fofan, say hi. Give a comment. But he had a really good understanding of just like what to do. Like I kind of went heavy to the north. He had already split his forces. And I found throughout the match he was quite adaptive and I didn't feel like I had to carry anything. If anything, he carried me a bit. So it's really good when you get a teammate like that and you get someone who's kind of well versed in PvP, but also they kind of understand what you need support wise, and if they need support, they don't. You have to look at what they need, which is also cool. And I think I did a fairly decent job in kind of managing what I need to do and try and take pressure off him. So straight away, I'm digging stuff in on point B, and as you can see, there's an armored vehicle straight out the bat, and that is coming from his German's Kubelwagen. Now he does start chipping into me early, and I do take some hits. But it's nothing too major as of now, nothing too bad. But as you can see, we are doing some slight damage back. We are taking some hits, but we've got forces coming up. And I have bought an early Maxim or an SG-43. I should have gone for the Maxim, but the SG-43 is pretty good. Has a faster fire rate, but it brings, I think it has a bit less ammo. As you can see, shredding. Yeah, I thought the MG would be great for these kind of open terrain situations like this, so it is a good choice, I think. And yeah, their infantry is closing in. They have got kind of 3 points to our... Well, we're actually getting 3 points there too. The main thing now is to cause damage early on. So he's just lost a couple of guys to his STG, enemy STG troops. I'm going to try and frag these guys, as you do, as SMG troops always like to chuck a cheap grenade. And then I've got PPSHs firing. We are doing some quite good damage there, and they're running off. And the main thing is we're pushing them into the machine gun stands. SG is doing some good damage. I do get cut down. But the SG is doing some really good damage. I try and find where the car is, the Kubel. And it's kind of hard to hit, but then I start engaging. And it's quite good to have the MG. You can put out a lot of rounds, suppress the targets, put some fire down range. And straight away I bring a T-70 in. Now it's a bit risky bringing such a light armour in case they bring armour, but I need to deal with this Kubel. I do shoot through my own man. Definitely Soviet. I think it's order 222. And not one man's... No man shall take not one step back, so I definitely enforce that order. Now, my idea is to capture these 2 points on the right, while Fofan has the centre. Because if we have the right and the centre, we'll have 3 points. So, Fofan's having a tough time, but I stick to my plan. I don't really go to assist him at this point. Because if I can take these 2 points, which I'm kind of pushing towards, it won't matter that he's lost the left side. Well, he hasn't lost the left side, but he's been battling for the left side. He's got the centre, I'll have the 2 side points, and then we can start pushing and be aggressive. And that's my idea. And I'm not panicking at this point, I'm just thinking, right, T-70, get him up there. And infantry will start moving up with him. And we get another, don't ever panic about points as well, straight away. You can always bring points back and lower their points. Best thing is to build up a suitable assault force in this situation and not rush in. Because they could have anti-tank, they could have AT guns, they could even have tanks themselves. As you can see here, boom, and some rounds downrange. Just basically killing off. And killing off these little troops does help, it all helps in the long run, so it's useful. And now I'm bringing up the machine gun, and the idea is I'll secure these 2 side points, and hopefully Fofan can then just kind of concentrate on the centre. As of right now, he's doing a fantastic job. He's pushing both points, he's engaging the enemy, keeping a lot of pressure off me, giving me a bit more time to adapt. And I have the T-70 out, and he hasn't got anything to stop it, because he's lightly armed German troops. What are they going to... Even though they have fouls and Shreks potentially, they don't have much. Now there's the Kubel, bang, and he does miss that one, that skips, and then he's lagging, which is a bit annoying. It's hard to hit him, and bang, he accrued, which is nice. And then there's quite a few troops appearing here and there. I'm like, where the hell are you, son of a gun? I start pumping around, and that did actually hit the fence he was on. And then the infantry's on the way, so I start using them to support the tank. Now, quickly start bringing the tank back. I'm not going to push him up with that infantry, that's the schoolboy error. I'm a man. Men know how to use the tank. So there we go, he's pumping around in me, but he's down, and I can heal him up. And we're about to take point D base. I'm about to advance on it now. There's not much there. I already start digging troops in. The tank's going to move up. The infantry's going to engage. I straight away start moving things in to start engaging us. Taking out the enemy positions. And they're taking losses already. The tank's supporting us. So this is really good. And yeah, and that's the thing. We are going to have a switch to a quad cap because he's also getting the south side, which is great. And we're just pushing up to try and engage. There is a few troops further on. And there we go. He takes a crap ton around it. Look at that. That is the damage drop off the SMGs is insane. He literally took half a magazine of SMG and the confirmed hits, so that was complete garbage. So we'll get a grenade out on this guy. This is another thing as well. You go to do things like grenades and stuff, it just doesn't respond, which is really irritating. I start digging my troops in. Doesn't matter where you dig them in on the point, as long as they're on the point. I think sometimes it's good to hug the edges and bring them into the kill zone. Enemy heavier armour is coming up the map, which is a bit worrying. But it's only a whirlwind, so it's not too much of a threat. Badly, it's good against infantry, but not that much purpose to be fair. We're just checking those foxholes are clear. So now we're gonna have quad cap against them, so we're gonna start point pumping. And I straight away think, right, what do we need? What could be useful? And it's a bit of a tough choice here because I do need to build up my defences, but I also need to help FOFAM by pushing down the centre and basically keeping pressure on the enemy. If I can start killing lots of stuff, that will keep pressure. And here comes the enemy armour. Panzer III, which is worrying. I quickly load armour piercing and start reversing because obviously he's coming from speed. I start pumping out the odd round, but it's not going to do too much. That Panzer III, ironically, the T-70 has a really good slope of armour, so it can be effective. I do get some hits, but it's not looking great. But it is bouncing. I just start pumping rounds out, I keep pulling back. And he's actually pulls back, so he's obviously fearing other AT weapons, which is quite good for me, because if he'd pushed then, I think he would have probably taken us out. That's why sometimes you have to be aggressive with your armour. I mean, infantry's well dug in. I mean, I might take the odd loss, but he hasn't got infantry support on this end. And I bring the T-70 behind some cover so I can use it as a bit of an ambush tank. And this guy's just going to hold there for now. Let's start thinking what's going to be useful to me here, what can I actually do. And I can't actually go for the 76mm, I'm pretty sure. And he just panzer shreked the whirlwind, which is bloody well done, FOFAM. This guy is actually a really good player. Gotta admit, I think he's doing superb. I'm especially focusing on my northern side, but I get a truck as well. And basically my idea is just control the northern side. And I'm not actually too scared about Panzer III because I'll be able to nail it. He's bringing over his, I don't know what that is, I'm guessing that's a T-34 by the looks of it. But we have quad cap, and it's now we are in the point lead. The enemy's taken losses with a whirlwind because that was a doctrine loss. And their infantry can advance, but because they have not really major armour support, they are struggling. And yeah, that's T-34 there. That's looking shiny, shiny, sterling, lovely. And here comes the 76mm beast. These things are basically like the light infantry shoots on the German side, but they just don't look as cool. That Panzer III, oh, T-34 there, just mincing the grenadiers. Absolutely kebabbed. Go back to Turkey, because kebab Turkey. Get over it. And yeah, so we're pushing up the 76mm. And yeah, it's going to go quite well. We have heat rounds, so that Panzer III is not going to be too safe. And I'm going to try and pop up some rounds with the T-70. It can't really do much, but it's not that accurate. But I'm just trying to like scare it a bit. Because if he thinks a 45mm gun's popping at it, those rounds that hit, he's going to say like, look, the enemy is upon us. And that 76mm is going to start moving up. There are a few infantry closing in, but like I say, I brought more troops, and I'm just digging more troops in. I'm just digging them all across the lines, getting them stuck in. That T-34 just nailed the Panzer III, I believe, which is pretty awesome. I'm also getting to get a couple of guys up here. Like I say, reinforcing my points. It's alright being aggressive, but at this point, it's time to we've got 4-1. Take a defensive stance. Let them come into the open terrain, blow them to pieces. And we're not in range there, which is a shame, so I start to move the gun up a bit. Also get some infantry, set up around it so it's safe. In that middle section, quite a lot of troops come in, but brave for them because they have no support. Light infantry gun tanks can easily rip into them. And there we go. I think he's just hiding inside. And I do load the HE and think, right, if his tank's not going to get involved, I'll start smacking his infantry and start getting rid of some of the pressure on the centre. Bang. I'll just start smacking away now. And these infantry know they're in a bit of trouble because they're out in the open. Bang. And there we go, we start getting some nice hits. Knocks him down, doesn't kill him, which is crazy. And there we go, that kills him. And now his infantry is trying to spread out, it's trying to run away, it's trying to move. But I don't think it's going to be that useful for him. We'll just start pumping rounds out. But it's all useful. Gun system will do what it needs to do. My infantry here, they're doing a good job. I'm pretty sure I dig these ones in as well, maybe. No, I'll just move them up. But we are still in a massive point lead, almost double their points coming up to. And we're just basically waiting for heavier armour, other weaponry to join. And the T-70 actually sent up on a nice little merry recon mission. That's what it's actually intended for, a recon light tank. Actually, it got kind of pulled into backline roles, especially because it just didn't have the armour to deal with the bigger stuff, especially towards the end of the war. But I actually think it's a really good tank, especially as it's like a two-man tank, I believe. So that's very manpower effective, very much effective on how many crew you actually have to train. And it's a light tank as well, so it tends to be more efficient mechanically, less breakdowns, less hassle, easier to repair and tow, which is smart on the Soviets, even if it wasn't the most combat effective tank. Now start probing the forest. Light infantry guns providing support when needed. I believe that's a pack, is it? 7.5cm? Oh, it's a 5cm pack, but still a nasty bugger. And Panda 3 there, he's still damaged, and my plan now is to completely destroy it, which makes sense. And I'm also going to get him to start engaging those people behind the tank. There you go. I don't think it actually does it. I can actually go a bit closer. And then you get onto the light infantry gun, and my idea is to just set up and destroy that Panda 3. Straight away launching a heat round to kill the crew. Fire, bang, and then load high explosives right at the tank, I think, or I'll just keep using heat. I think I load the heat. And the idea is if I'm not going to steal it, they're not going to get back on the battlefield, not at all. Bang, that's one hit. And I really want it like completely wrecked, I think I do. There we go. If it's not completely wrecked, it's done some severe damage, so it won't be easy to repair. And there we go, T-70 is clearing up what's left over here. So we start pushing in. I'm not really that bothered about the T-70 now. If it dies, it dies. If you die, you die. And I think Guards Cavalry Squad, is it by that? Yeah. Go for some elite troops. And I'll start bringing them up for the right flank. I'm going to start being a bit more aggressive. Help FOFAM in the centre and basically put pressure on the enemy from the northern side. I'm trying to hunt for that pack 5cm. But obviously I've got little kind of info what's actually down here, which is my own fault. I should have sent some infantry forward, but I got a bit ballsy. And as we're going up, you think, right, what do the enemy have? And before I can see anything, I'm thinking, right, and all of a sudden, anti-aircraft gun engages, and there's a tank to my right. Bang, Stu-42 just completely minces me with a HE shell, I believe. That's right, we're now aware of the Stu-42. We know it's coming, and we sandbag that up. And we're ready for the engagement coming ahead. Stu-42 is a fantastic tank. I actually get a cheeky satchel here. Right. Satchel time! I'm expecting him to stop before this tank's normally you'd stop and put another round to clear out the crew. But he doesn't. As he goes, I yeet the satchel, expecting him to go forward. So I thought he was turning, and he pulls back. Unfortunately, the satchel does nothing, but it does scare him off. Boom. Sad kaboom, though. A sad one. The T-70's gone to a fiery grave. And I'm looking at that, what can I bring in? And there's not too many options for heavy anti-tank at the now. A bit light there. And me, Sir Jelly Bean. But screw him. If I lag, I lag. Sorry about that, I was just doing the text. Not professional of me. Just enjoy the battle. Whoops. And yeah, it's just we are doing very well. And we're digging in. And we're pushing up. And these trench line here, look at this. This trench line is a beautiful. This is not the crappy dirt trenches, the concrete ones. So if you get into there, it's very tough. And look at FOFAM there pushing the T-34 up to the Stu-42. The balls on this kid, insane. But is it a good choice or is it a bad choice? I'm destroying that to unlock more command points that brings to in. The T-34 seems like he's stuck in a bit of a duel. And there, you've just seen a round crack the T-34. It's not looking well for FOFAM there. But I respect the ballsiness of it. And there's enemy tank crew or crap up here. I'm pretty sure these mince my troops here, which annoys me because they've only got bloody pistols and crap. I'm like, what the hell? The grenade goes off, I believe, does some good damage. We've cleared out the rest of the troops on the right side. So they are, I think, the Stu-42 is nailing the T-34, I think, or they're just in continuous combat. Oh, he's gone up in flames, not cool. And the combat carries on, the pain carries on, and the Russians keep sending more waves in, because that's what we do. Or the Soviets, should I say. They were before the Russians, technically. after some Russians, but before the Russians now. They're not the Russian Federation, that's what I'm saying. Say which is different. So, we're now advancing, and there's little annoying buggers all over the forest, but we're on the quad cap still. The enemy is... Oh no, we're on the trip cap, but the enemy is not in a good state. We're attempting to take out this immobilised Stu 42. It's not going to happen with this guy, because as you can see, we are getting shot in the side of the face. But some beasts have appeared. I go for the Churchill Valentine calling. Not the best calling, I'll tell you. Heavily armoured. The guns are dog crap. The only way to say it. But I'll bring some infantry as well, SMG troops. I'm basically putting the pressure on. Because even if they get a good assault on our line, they haven't got enough to basically break through now without building up significantly, which gives us too much time to win. FOFAM's pushing the south. I'm going to push up to the centre of the Stu 42 and basically just try and break what's left of their line. Have them push back into the forest and basically just fight him. Jesus Christ, look at the DP rounds hitting him. We did trade, but my God, it took a lot of rounds. And here comes these Churchill. I actually saw one of these at the tank museum. We saw several Churchills, and even though heavily armoured and pretty cool, they were, until they got upgunned, they were pretty crap. Like, as a combat tank, fantastic as a defensive tank, I'd say. Fantastic at taking hits, terrible at dishing out the damage, and very slow. But great climbing ability. And the Valentine, I have a bit more respect for it being it is technically like a little light tank, and it still packs quite a punch on Valentine. I actually think it has the similar gun to the Churchill, which is ironic. So we're advancing forward, and the Stu is just a beast. I admit the Stu is a tough cookie. And we're trying to advance forward and engage, and it's just got quite strong armour. So pushing forward, surveying the area, and there we go, getting close range. So we start firing, bang. We're just trying to pump rounds into it. The Valentine's quite happy there, just pumping away. Still doing as much damage as you can, and the SMG troops hit the deck and spread out. Now, more armoured vehicles come in. That is a... is it Stummel? It's a Stummel or a pack. I'll try and engage. Bang. I do hit it, but I'm pretty salty here because I'm pretty sure even though I took out one of the crew members, it basically doesn't matter. Like, I fire again, it misses even though it was on the reticle. I'm pretty sure the pack goes straight through my Valentine. There we go. Valentine gets nailed by the pack wagon, 7.5cm pack hunter. Now it's up to the Churchill, so it's pretty annoying. And obviously artillery strike coming in and just shelling the crap out of us. But they aren't advancing. They're trying to bring what they can in, but it's not going to be enough, it seems, unless they can get some really good moves. And there's the Stu, and I think, right, what? This gun. First of all, they had high X loaded, which didn't help. We just don't have the armor piercing capability of this gun. Look there, just blink, blink. And I was actually had Smiley Ghost, Tyler sat next to me, giggling his was he? I think he was, yeah, sat next to me this when we were away. And he just laughed his arse off, which was quite funny. Because this was actually, so, he was very amused at the weakness of the Churchill. I was also pretty salty. Oh, the rounds do start to hit. And I think we may have immobilised at this point, we've definitely damaged him. And just keep plinking away, driving forward, plink away, drive forward, plink away. That's all we can really do. Just trying to take out the Stu 42, if it will ever happen. Bang. I think the track is actually finally gone. No, it's still kicking, which irritates me. Oh, but that round tends to actually find a bit of damage on him. And we'll try and get the lower plate. There's nothing. If that Stu loads the high explosive anti-tank rounds, we are done. Bang. Straight through us. I'm like, my God, this thing's a bag of crap. Pretty much. And there's comes the pack wagon. You think it's all over. It is now. So I just go, right. SU-152. Bring in the big lad. We're not messing around here, lads. Bring in the big guns. And yeah, we're going to keep carrying on and keep fighting. And as we advance forward, as the SU-152 comes and brings that frickin' howitzer to bear, the enemy does not know what's coming. They think their counter-attack will happen, it will work. They are basically doing the final assault. They do not know the Soviets are building up this massive heavy weaponry to break their armour. So the SU-152 comes in, I see the Stu and I'm like, right, you son of a bitch. I am loaded and I am ready. Hold! Take aim! Fire! Bang! And he misses. It completely misses. And I'm like, crap, that didn't go well. But as we're waiting, it's going to reload another shell. We should have time to think. And the Stu actually fires at the wrong tank, which is quite good because he's going to have to take time to reload. And he's now backing off, so I straight away got onto the old third person. I'm like, right, where are you? I know he's there. I only need the heat shell to clip him, and it'll do a lot of damage. Bang! Boom! And that actually takes out 3 crew and blows the track. Pack Wagon's now on the run, which is silly because at this point in the game, be aggressive. We've also broken the barrel, I believe. So the Stu is now out of commission, so the SU-152 comes forward. And there we go. I think that's the T-60 or a Katusha one. It's a T-60 launcher, which is cool. And he's basically just launching that all over the shop. Great for him to just suppress the enemy and cause some chaos. We're going to get that repaired if we can. And the 152 is going to keep advancing. Pumping another round on that Stu, and he is out of combat. It is gone. I think it's cooking off. Yeah, it's gone. It's completely blown up. So the enemy has now lost its heaviest armour. For our side anyway, I think it has a Panzer 3 or 4 move on the other side. If it had been an 88, I'd have been buggered. But I'm lucky. And there we're advancing once again. And yeah, the enemy knows it's in the chokehold now. But they are doing a good counter-attack. They're trying to get that 3rd point back. They're trying to kind of cap us, but they're taking losses now. They're getting hit. We've got infantry moving up to the point. We've got a fresh squad coming to the centre. And there we go. The cap is already happening. And this mountain cavalry squad, which is pretty elite, is going to come up here. With the SU-152 now providing support. There is very little they can do. And yeah, it's a good win for us. As you can tell, the enemy's not pulling it back now. And the SU-152 launching entire shells just to kill one man. The guy does not care about his ammunition usage. Got to respect that. Basically Arnold Schwarzenegger in any Rambo film. Not Rambo, Arnold Schwarzenegger in Predator. And they start spraying the tree line. Get to the chopper. Basically that. And the centre's going to be ours. And it's called NoFam. Is it NoFam? FOFAM. Yeah, FOFAM was a great teammate. I'd love to play with him again. If you're there, FOFAM, reach out to me, brother. Me, you, Smiley Ghost, Pershing, Devon. We can all go in and play some PvP. It'd be really super cool. You're a cool guy to play with. Even without comms, it was fun. And there is an artillery smoke. Little son of a bitch. And we are capping the points back. And he's brave doing the artillery thing because advancing forward against, say, SU-152 is ill-advised. And here comes the infantry. Boom. And there we go. Those infantry go enjoying the Cirque du Soleil with their backflips. Glorious. And they've got some. They are building up quite a lot of infantry, but they're just taking heavy hits. We have the points now. We are slowly trundling forward. And we are taking out the enemy slowly. He's trying to dig a foxhole, which I admire, Heinz. I respect you getting your field spat out. But it was just the wrong place and the wrong time. That MG was very brave, though. And that MG met God a little bit earlier than he thought it would. Say hi for me. And there we go, it's all coming to a head. And then we see some armour on the horizon. Armour on the horizon! I think, what tank is that? What is it? What is it? What possibly can it be? And it's a Hetzer. The old cheeky Hetzer has appeared. I think, oh no, it's a Jagdpanzer. I think, you son of a bitch. Bang. And it does, like, knock it down, but it doesn't really completely cripple it. I'm pretty sure it's still active. It is definitely still active. The gun's facing right at me. I'm like, crap. And boom. The SU-152 gets taken out, even though the Jagdpanzer's neutralised, or he's not very effective, because, well, actually, he's not crippled. He lost 2 men. Somehow, that hole does not damage the track. But SU-122 does arrive to take its place immediately. And, yeah, we've also got the Valentine back up, but it won't make much difference at this point. And yeah, that was a good use of the Jagdpanzer. It is quite a powerful vehicle. Got a strong gun, to be fair. And the SU-122 is now coming into play. One of my favourite vehicles, actually. I probably should have gone with it over the 152 because you can lob shells over things. But we live and learn. I'm also bringing them for a 2. Sherman, just to be a dick. And here we go for the final assault. It's the final countdown. Jelly bean, launch, and it finishes. I gotta say, massive respect to FOFAM, Zero, and Schlenzen for playing. It was a really cool pickup match. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed listening to this and watching it. I've really enjoyed bringing it to you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and you guys have a fantastic weekend, or whatever day I release it, because my schedule is all over the place. Take it easy, guys.